Hello, and welcome back to Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 2. Here we are again on our never-ending quest to find some bloody clothes. Let's quickly recap what happened the last episode. So, we started the game in the prologue as a droid on the ship with the name the Ebon Hawk. It was stranded in space after a space battle. It was badly damaged. We managed to fix it and bring it to this place, the Paragus mining facility. And then we woke up from our KoToR tank as our main character, and we discovered that the place is on lockdown and the mining droids have gone on strike and started killing all the miners. So what we're doing now is trying to find an escape plan. Well, we have an escape plan, just have to find our ship really. So we're gonna go looking for our ship and then hopefully get out of this place. We also met the lady that was presumed dead on the Ebon Hawk, but she's pretty much alive and she knows how to use the Force and wants to help us train our Jedi powers, because yes, we are a Jedi. So let's continue. And of course, because we don't have any stealth skill, we have to fight all these mining droids. Luckily, that's not too hard when you're a Jedi. Just gonna ignore that one, I guess. Take out this one next. Where we want to go is to the console. I think you can't see us. To the console, so we can, oh no, you didn't see it. So we can deactivate these droids, and also check out why there's a force field on the holding cell. So let's do that next. Emergency lockdown, indeed. Activate the override switch, and now we can actually get into the holding cell, check out who's being held and what the hell is going on here. And that luckily also shut down all mining droids, so we can now just chill, don't have to fight anybody, and just take all their parts. Sadly, our skill with computers is not high enough to examine their behavior core, so can't really figure out what they are doing, or why they are doing this, rather.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read. But you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
Alright, let's have a talk with this guy and see why he's locked up in the first place.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniforms while I've been in here?
Seems like you guys are not the only fans of this outfit.
Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns. Security claimed I violated some trumped-up regulation or another. Take it up with them if you want. But they stopped listening to me shortly before they stopped feeding me. Now that's criminal. You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting. Then there was some big explosion. I was sitting here for a long time. Then you showed up in your underwear and things got a lot better.
He's a cheeky little bugger, isn't he?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high. The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows. Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been? Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course. Well, that was the story. But whatever happened there must not have lasted. Ah, there was some big civil war on Korriban. Knocked that academy to the ground. Looks like Revan's grand crusade finally consumed her. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman. Look,
Let's
it's
get
not
to the
like your
point.
half-naked interrogation isn't a personal fantasy of mine, but... Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about.
Took him long enough to
Where's
realize.
everybody? The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
Would be nice to know what he was actually planning on doing, so let's go ahead and see if our persuasion skill is high enough to pull this off.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship and then we fly out of here.
Let's just warn him if in case he tries anything.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
We interrupt this program for a short lore intermezzo. So, we just heard Atton Rand speak about the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War. So, for those guys who aren't that familiar with the Old Republic lore, I'll just quickly run down the main events that transpired in the years of the Mandalorian and the Jedi Civil War. Real quick, without going into very much detail, because I could probably make like a 2-hour-long video just discussing the Mandalorian Wars, but that's not what we're here for. So, what are the Mandalorian Wars? Well, maybe we should first talk about what the Mandalorians are. The Mandalorians are a race of people quite similar to the Spartans in our Greek timeline. The Mandalorians are trained from birth to be warriors, hardened warriors, and their entire society revolves around honor, warriors' honor, and they like to test themselves against other people. Like, for instance, the Mandalorian Wars were not so much about conquest, they were more about the Mandalorians wanting to see if they could defeat the Republic. And that's why they started to expand their territory towards Republic space. So they were looking for a fight with the Republic because they wanted to test themselves. And the Mandalorian Wars started when Mandalore, he's the leader of all the Mandalorians, he united the clans. All the Mandalorians live in separate clans, and he united them to go and fight the Republic and the Jedi, because the Jedi were, at that time, and in all of the Star Wars timeline, revered as great warriors, and really, you can't really find anyone more difficult to fight than a Jedi or a Sith, but Sith weren't very common at that time, at least not in the known space, the known galaxy. So, what happened when the Mandalorians started invading Republic worlds? Well, the Republic retaliated, but they were no match for the Mandalorian armies. Mandalorians are trained from birth to fight, and they're quite good at it. There's no doubt about that. And the Republic's army was just absolutely no match for the Mandalorians. So the Republic turned for aid towards the Jedi Council. The Jedi Council, however, didn't want any part in this conflict. They wanted to see what the Mandalorians would do, I guess. They didn't want to start to jump into a conflict to which they really didn't have a point to fight in it. So they abstained. They didn't want any part of it. So they pretty much left the Republic on its own, facing defeat after defeat against the Mandalorians raiding entire planets. There was just no match in the galaxy for Mandalore and his armies until two Jedi stood up. You've probably, if you are familiar with the Old Republic, you've probably heard of them, Revan and Malak. Two young Jedi who were sick of the Mandalorians raiding worlds, crushing the Republic, and they stood up for the Republic and for the Jedi, and they decided to go and have a fight with the Mandalorians, beat them back, defeat them even. And so they did. The Revan and Malak sought some support with the Jedis. There were many young Jedi who were willing to join the fight because they too saw the danger of the Mandalorian invasions, although the Council didn't want to see it, or were just far more cautious and wanted to see how the conflict developed. Revan and Malak wanted to jump right in and save as many people as they could. Luckily, Revan was a sublime general. He was very good at leading troops, he was very good at coming up with plans, and he was also very handy with a lightsaber and the Force. So the Mandalorians started to get beaten back. To be fair, the Mandalorians didn't really saw this as a defeat because it was an incredible honor. They had so much respect for Revan. They didn't have any respect for the Republic because the Republic couldn't even put up a decent fight against the Mandalorians. But once Revan joined, the Republic actually started winning. Revan turned the war around pretty much on his own, you could nearly say, and the Mandalorians had tremendous respect for that. They saw him as one of the greatest warriors of their time. But sadly, the war dragged on for a bit until Revan came up with an ingenious plan. He built a device into a planet, or well, he didn't build it, but he gave the order to build it, called the Mass Shadow Generator, built on Malachor 5, and this would be the final battle of the Mandalorian Wars. What was the Mass Shadow Generator? The Mass Shadow Generator was something that created immense gravity, pulling everything that was in orbit of the planet into the planet's surface, even destroying the planet itself because of the immense gravity that was, well, it just pretty much collapsed on itself because of the immense gravity. So what happened was that the entire Mandalorian fleet was just pulled into the planet and smashed on the surface. The Republic sadly did lose a lot of ships there as well because, well, they were also there. It was a pretty black day for the galaxy, but the Mandalorian Wars were over, and the Republic had won against tremendous odds, and if not for Revan and Malak and the Jedi who joined him, the Republic would have been lost. But Revan and Malak's search for power was not done yet. They traveled to the unknown regions, which are the regions which is a space beyond the known galaxy, where very few people venture, and it contains many secrets, and they actually met the Sith Emperor, I believe, because the Sith Empire was hidden in the unknown regions, and he turned them to the dark side, with many people saying that they were pretty much already Dark Jedi when they started to fight in the Mandalorian Wars, but the transformation was complete, you could say, after they traveled to the unknown regions and found the Star Forge, which is a giant space station that draws power from the sun to create an endless amount of droids, soldiers, ships, anything you would want for war. That was built by the Infinite Empire, which is a whole other story which I'm not going to go into right now. Anyway, they found that station, and using its power they came back to overthrow the Republic. Yeah, the Republic they fought so valiantly to defend, they now came back to overthrow it. And of course without little trouble, with the only things stopping them were the Jedi. Lots of Jedi had joined them during the Mandalorian Wars, and those Jedi stood at Revan's side because they were loyal to him and they wanted to fight with him. Because in their eyes, the Jedi Council was wrong. Revan was the one who saved them. Revan was the one who saved the galaxy. So he had to be the one that was right. the one that would lead them to a better galaxy. Sadly, not all Jedi shared this view, and what happened was basically Revan and his army, a lot of Republic soldiers and officers too did join Revan in the fight against the Republic, because they served under Revan, and as the Mandalorians had great respect for this general, which really just saved their asses when the Mandalorians came, and the Republic did no such thing, so in their right mind, Revan was gonna save them from the Republic. So this caused a civil war. It's called the Jedi Civil War, but it's a civil war between Jedi, but it's also a civil war inside of the Republic, because a lot of Republicans, well, Republicans, that's not correct. That's that's an American political party. Republic soldiers, Republic troops, officers joined Revan to fight. So it's not only the Jedi who fought against each other, but also the people of the Republic. But that caused, well, most of the Jedi to die. The conflict had taken many lives. There wasn't a lot of time between the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War, so the Republic didn't really have a chance to recuperate from the war they had just been in, and neither could really the Jedi. So it was a terrible period for the galaxy at that time. So that's kind of an insight into the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War. I hope it's been useful to understanding what they were talking about in the game. I could go in many more details about Revan's life, about Malak, about the wars in general. If you want to see that, if you want to see me talking about Star Wars lore for endless hours upon hours, be sure to leave a comment to say that. I would love to do that actually, but I think we've been going on long enough about that for now, so let's jump back into the game, shall we?
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure Pazak. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the
Pazak is a
emergency
card
lockdown.
game
Hey!
that's played in the Old Republic. Just so you guys know what he's talking about.
This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean. That's my guess. Cut off the console specifically from remote, then sever the hub. Doesn't get any more deliberate than that. I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Well, it's better than nothing, I guess.
There's a try. But if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a friendly call is going to wake them up. Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Let's see, we got our first dark side points. Yeah, actually, you guys should let me know if you want me to be evil or just play nice guy. Should I go dark side or should I stay true to the light? Let's check the administration logs. See what's going on here.
Was lucky it wasn't destroyed when it drifted into the asteroid field. Not much on board. One damaged droid, one annoying protocol droid, and a lot of bodies. Sent the survivor to medical and the others to the morgue. Didn't recognize the ship's ID code, so we transmitted it to the Republic for some answers. Questioned the protocol droid about what happened. Says his master, the survivor I guess, was on the Republic ship the Harbinger, and it suffered an engine failure. He says the survivor was a passenger on the vessel and a Jedi. If so, that's gonna mean true.
So it turns out we have a protocol droid. See if we can find him and he might help us.
Inventoried the bodies and cargo. Everything matches the protocol droid story. The T3 droid had seized up, so we left it in storage in standby mode. Don't know what code will access it. It could be it's voice activated for all we know. We could put the protocol droid to work in maintenance, sorting the mining droid comm routines and updating the recognition sensors. And to shut him up. When the survivor recovers, hopefully we can get him off this station before there's
Right.
trouble between the work shifts. Word of the Jedi leaked out and the miners aren't sure what to do with her. KoToR's mining crew wanted us to collect the creds for the bounty the Exchange has on Jedi, but I put a stop to that. We're contacting Telos to get the Republic records on the Jedi, but nobody will know word from the Republic. But I've sent out a broadcom transmission for records on this Ebon Hawk. One of the miners said it used to be a smuggling vessel. Accidents are making the miners restless. The droid behavior course must be undergoing some kind of binary decay. 2 miners were drilled by a droid's mining laser, and those blasts in the ventilation tunnels nearly caused the whole facility to blow.
We're actually lucky the facility didn't blow up. Let's try the comm systems in. No response from the dormitories. It's the 3M4! He's still alive, our good friend. Let's see if he can help us out. Hopefully he can. I don't know what he says, but I assume it's gonna be risky. Alright, we're back with T3M4. And he's going to help us with opening a security hatch so we can get the hell off the administration center and get to our ship. Let's quickly just loot everything while we're at it. Some upgrade components. Actually, can we upgrade our droid? Yes. Some fancy armor. A shield. And just a mining. Why do we even have a mining laser? I thought we got a laser from the ship sealed door. Can we open it by shooting it? Ah. It seems they took our mines away. Let's go here. This seems like a console we can use. Oh, and that's actually the Ebon Hawk. If you were super sneaky, you could just run away as this droid and leave everybody here. So we found the Ebon Hawk, which is the start, I guess. Now we just have to find a way to get to it. Let's quickly loot everything, because seriously, why not? Some repair kits. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we need some parts to repair the console. Is this open? Nope. Emergency blast door. There's no way. That's gonna be the same. Yeah, it's impossible to open those. Guess we'll just have to go through here then. It's funny how the low security doors are exactly the— oh, wow. Somebody's not happy to see us. That the low security doors are actually exactly the same as the emergency blast doors. Oh, this little droid is so active. Just use the strong arm. Seems that works better. Yeah. That doesn't miss as often as his blasters do. I can find parts here. Sonic detonators. I guess that's useful. This little droid can handle himself quite well. It's like, this is literally R2-D2, right? But then, just 3,000 years fast. Oh, what do we got? Some more upgrade components. Lots of upgrade components, really. Oh, an elevator to the fuel depot. Components, nice. Although we do need parts instead of components. Yeah, these mining droids are literally everywhere. There's no hiding from them. See, these guys either are better armored or shooting is just way off. Ah, finally. Seems like mining droids put oh, we picked up something. Oh, droid iron striker. Iron blast. Only has 10 uses though. Better keep that for special occasions. But we did. So apparently the mining droids put mines in the fuel pipes. So if they were to pump fuel out of the station, they would actually blow themselves up. The station would blow up, that is. So these droids are really not happy with working conditions, I guess. Let's activate our shield. Why not? Let's try out our iron blast. Not sure what it. Ah, it actually disabled the shield. It's useful. Point blank range still can't hit me. Good going, T3. Good go. Oh. Got some more bullets. Nice. Even with the shield, we one-shotted him. Strong droid. Time to get back and repair that the console. Oh no, we can actually first blast open this sealed door. So we can check out what's behind it. Oh, it's our little friend from the Ebon Hawk. Oh, irreparable damage, poor guy. So many upgrade components. We're gonna be upgrading all our weapons once we get a. Oh, I got a flamethrower as well. Alright, let's go fix that and that control panel and see if we can do anything useful with it. Repairing it. Alright. Let's download a map and see if we can use any emergency control commands. So apparently all system controls have been rerouted to the fuel depot, which we can't get in because there's a blast door sealing the way. But we can't open the door to the hangar bay. We can open the door to the fuel depot. So we probably can get to that computer somehow. See if we can manage to open some doors from there. Alright. We wanted to download the orbital drift charge to the Ebon Hawk, but sadly our nav computer is locked.
A lot of cargo from the Jedi's freighter is being stored in the secure cargo hold until we can pass it through the quarantine checks. And as requested, all the programming spikes the security officers wanted confiscated have been stored there as well, to prevent further system compromises. The secure cargo hold should be safe enough. If anybody wants to break into it, they'd have to blow it open with explosives.
Whoopsie. Looks like that's what we just did.
Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission droids for repairs, especially with half the work shifts in medbay. Those droids are needed to repair the ventilation tunnels before gas builds up to terminal levels. It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the navicomputer's been voice-locked. You'd need the access code to get it spaceworthy. Considering this latest droid commission breach, I'm putting the droids in this section under the control of the current dock officer. If anyone sends commands to the mining droids outside this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full override.
Well, looks like even though they're trying to kill us, they still were nice enough to repair our ship. So we should be grateful for that.
Got the vessel working again, even with all the damage it had taken. The maintenance officer still won't admit ordering them to fix it, though. Regardless, still no luck accessing the navicomputer. It's been voice-locked. Maybe by one of the corpses we found on the ship, like the old woman. If so, that ship isn't going anywhere, unless we rip out the navicomputer and put in a new one. If we even had one to spare. The only reason someone would lock their navicomputer is to hide their astrogation charts. Someone didn't want us to know where that ship was going, or where it had been. Only smugglers do that, or someone with something to hide. That Jedi's got a lot of questions to answer.
Sadly for them, they don't really have anyone around that's still able to ask me any questions. Alright, access comm systems. Can we? We can't contact our Jedi friend. Well, at least we got the door open to the fuel depot, so we can probably do something useful from there, since they the override is on that terminal. Oh, I should have killed that one first, but it is. We'll take them all down. The mining droids do look cool in my opinion, like design. Sadly they're trying to kill us. At least they're doing it while looking cool. Alright. The hangar seems to be clear, so we should have clear-ish run to the ship, I guess. Alright. Oh, I thought we were already at the fuel depot. Looks like they are guarding the elevator. They are so hilariously inaccurate. And so are we, so it's just like stormtroopers firing at each other, I guess. Let's go to the fuel depot. Alright. Looks like, well, that's probably the lockdown in effect. Containment field blocks access to the fuel lines. Well, that's probably because the whole station is on lockdown. I think that's a terminal. Let's access it, I guess. See what we can do from here. Well, looks like there's still some mines in the fuel lines. That's where we were a few seconds ago. Everything's on lockdown. Just have to hope a series of explosions has enacted an emergency lockdown. Someone faked a fuel leak to be able to put up a containment shield, so somebody doesn't want us to go anywhere. So let's luckily we can open the emergency hatch on the administration level. So our Jedi friend can get out. And somebody is not very happy with that, it seems. I wonder who shot our droid.
So,
One of the
how long have you
miners,
been
maybe?
a Jedi? Must be tough. You know, no family, no husband.
Yeah, I think he wants to be our husband. Oh, I love this answer. No tougher than enduring your false sympathy while you're staring at my chest.
Hey, I wasn't trying.
Awesome stuff here.
Hey, what do you know? Cargo cylinder came through. If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear.
Yeah, he could only
Wait,
open the emergency
Don't tell me
hatch.
you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels, are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
But I'll be your idiot. A Jedi's life is sacrifice.
You're either really brave or really crazy. Or both. Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. And be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself. I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
Yeah, he just really wants someone to stare at. That's why he doesn't want us to die. More light side points. How are we doing? We're pretty grey Jedi. I really am not sure whether I should go dark side or light side on this. So really, guys, let me know what you want this character to be. Should I be the embodiment of pure evil, or should I be the light that saves people all over the galaxy? I can do I'm fine with either, really. Oh no, we already looted this. This is where we came from. Down into the mining tunnels.
Can you read me? There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down. Will do. And be careful down there.
So nice that he's concerned about me. Well, it looks like we actually find some clothes. Let's put them on. Some survey gear, always useful. Some gloves, a mining shield. Why not?
Find the emergency supplies? Damn it. Good to hear it. No sense in running around half naked. It's distracting. I mean, for the droids. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. Survey gear
That was just awesome.
protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
I found some clothes. Damn it!
Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against the droid mining lasers. It won't last forever, certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids.
Let's go.
Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids.
Should be fine. I'm a Jedi. I can hold my own against a bunch of mining droids. That's no problem. So we should probably put on the safety harness instead of the stealth field generator, since we can't do anything with that. Because we have 0 skill in stealth. And it's probably not a bad idea to put a cut in right here, right before we venture into the mining tunnels. So next episode we'll see what happened in the mining tunnels, what happened with the rest of the station, and hopefully try to get off it to a more safe place. But I thank you guys very much for watching. Remember, if you like the video, you can always give me a like. If you have any feedback, do leave me some comments. I'm still fairly new to this, so wouldn't mind getting some positive feedback. I mean, some constructive feedback. It can be negative, like if something's bad, you gotta say it's bad. Otherwise, I'll keep doing the bad stuff, and I'll end up sucking at YouTube. But if you want to see me play different games than this, or do a series on another game, also let me know. I'm very much open to suggestions, and I'll see you next time for another World of Tanks episode. That will be. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching.